Dear Dr. Manny, I feel like I can't escape. I am a married woman with two kids and with a husband that makes me miserable. He is upset. He can be verbally abusive, possessive, and hurtful, and it's all due to his insecurities. Hey guys, this is Manny from Last of the Nice Guys. Ask Manny. What is the segment that we're calling it?
It's called Dear Dr. Manny.
Dear Dr. Manny, I'm still waiting. If you have relationship issues, you need some advice, I'm here to answer your call. And yeah, I'm not a professional in anything, but I will tell you truth because that's what I do. I truth bomb the crap out of everything. Dear Dr. Manny.
Action.
Good morning. Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Manny for a glorious episode number 2. This is actually something that's been working out pretty well. So this is amazing. I like this. Like, let's keep this going, make things happen and converse about life's important things. And I drop truth bombs on everything because I care. So today's episode, we don't really have a name for it, but it looks like, according to this email, it looks like somebody who's stuck in an unhappy marriage. That kind of hits close to home. Anyway, so we're just going to go ahead and start. It goes, Dear Dr. Manny, I feel like I can't escape. I am a married woman with 2 kids and with a husband that makes me miserable. He is upset. He can be verbally abusive, possessive, and hurtful, and it's all due to his insecurities. We don't have fun. He never wants to do anything and doesn't support my efforts to go to nursing school. Oof. When he has even punched a hole in the wall after a heated argument. Did I mention that we fight all of the time? I know it's not healthy. My friends see it. My coworkers are worried. But then he tries a little and I indulge him, but it never lasts very long. Sorry, just memories. I can't shave without him questioning me. Ooh. I can't go out without my friends without him questioning me. I was so embarrassed when my coworkers discovered when we were at a happy hour that he was tracking my phone. The stress of working, going to school, taking care of the kids, and maintaining the house has even landed me in the hospital last month. Oh my God. I know what you're going to say. Then just leave him, but it's not that easy. I don't have my own bank account. He wouldn't let me. I don't have a credit card or even a credit history because he wouldn't let me. I feel stuck and my kids are beginning to notice. Co-signed, Trapped. Wow, that was a lot. God, give me a second, because I was very emotional and it brings up a lot of perturbed memories for me. All I have to say is to this individual is you need to find first and foremost, you need to find a support system for yourself, i.e. friends, family, people that are willing to help you because you are definitely in a time of need. This is one of those situations that you are not going to get out by yourself. It sounds like this man is going to do everything he can to stop your progress. It sounds like he's implemented things to track you to make sure you are, where you say you are. You're doing what you're saying that you're doing, and you're unfortunately there's no way out of it. I wouldn't even. I mean, if I don't, it doesn't seem like he's from this. It doesn't seem like he's a violent person towards you. I do see that he punched a hole through the wall. Is very argumentative in your relationship. I am going to say you need to leave him because that is just up and foremost very unhealthy for not only you and the children. It doesn't say how old the children are, but I don't think it matters because children see and hear everything. And the older they get, the more prominent it becomes a part of their lives, because they understand more. And then not only do they not understand more, it becomes a part of their lifestyle. So if someone's doing it to them in their life, they perceive it to be okay because you're allowing it to happen. So um I just, my advice is, you need to get out, and you need, like I said, find a support system, family, friends, anybody that's willing to help you. um Hell, if you get you saying you can't get a bank account or a credit card or whatever, I understand that. But if a friend has access to a bank, I mean, somebody who you can trust and they trust you 100%, because there are shady people out there and there's a lot of mishaps that happen all the time with finances. Um, but even a family member, if you can trust a family member better, have them open up an account for you, throw them some money their way so you can start saving so you can get the hell out. Um, this is an unfortunate scenario that I'm very familiar with. Um, Marriage is not, I understand the religious purposes behind it, and everybody believes that once you're married, you can never get divorced. Um, I'm sorry, nothing against religious beliefs and religion itself. I don't think that's a fair assessment, considering that you don't always find your soulmate. It happens. You tend to hit a couple of walls before you get to that person, because we as human beings, we grow every day. We grow constantly. We are learning and adapting to ways of life, and different people that enter our lives. So um I wouldn't worry about divorcing him and creating a issue with your family or whatnot. And religious beliefs, it happens. Marriages don't always work out in this country. I think there's over 50%. We're at a over 50% divorce rate, and I believe it's gotten higher during this whole pandemic situation, because people are at home around each other more, so they're getting sick of each other faster. It's unfortunate, but it's reality. So my advice in this situation, again, is just find yourself a support system, find somebody to help you get out of it. Create accounts, create ways of getting out, to the point where if you want to uproot yourself and your children, you have somewhere to go. And it's going to get messy, based on what you're saying in this letter. It looks like that he's going to do everything he can to make your life horrible and miserable. It should you leave, which is fine. The if you live in the state of Florida, the courts are on your side anyway, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, you just find yourself a support system to help you get out of it. Find somewhere to go safely for your children and yourself. Let me refer to the letter some more. As far as, all right, so okay, and then I have a couple of questions. I'm sorry. You say that he doesn't allow you to hang out and go out and hell, even shave without questioning you on anything. Do you do anything in adverse to him? Does he go out with his friends? Does he, does he go to work and then hang out and then come home at like an absurd time at night? Because in reality, if that's the case, if he's not allowing you to do it, but he's doing it himself, there's definitely some form of cheating there. Whether it's like emotional cheating or he just feels like he doesn't want to be at home with his family, that sucks. Like that's definitely a red flag, and you need to just get out of that situation. Because if he doesn't want to, if he would rather be outside of the house than rather spend time with his family, I mean, what's the marriage for then? Why are you in it? There's no reason to keep it going. It sounds like he's just keeping you there to have the wife at home, take care of the children and cook, clean, if you do all that. I don't really know if you do. I'm not saying that women don't do that, but hey, we're in a different world today. We don't know. Yeah, I make a very strong case. Just you got to find some way to get out of this situation. If you're trying to go to nursing school and he's not letting you, it's only if you find a way to do it while you're still with him, it's only going to get difficult from there. So again, you got to find your escape. I mean, you said it in the beginning. I feel like I can't escape. You have to find one. Unfortunately, he's not going to give you the out. You have to find it yourself. especially for you and your children. The verbal abuse, the possessiveness, the hurtfulness, his insecurities, it's never going to change. I don't know how old you are. I don't know how old he is, but if you're somewhere in your 30s, it's not going to change. If you've tried seeking therapy, I would, if you want to, actually, you know what? Find your escape first. Don't even seek therapy. Find your escape first. Get out of the house. Get away from him. Give him a taste of what it is to be without you and the kids. That's number one. That will be, that sometimes is the harshest way, but sometimes people need to get knocked down before they change, before the change starts, before they realize I'm messing up. Start that first. After that, should you feel for whatever reason that you want to work things out with him, seek therapy for the both of you. You have some, and again, I'm not not clinically educated or anything of the sort, but the fact that you allow this to happen for however long it's been happening for, you've got something that you're dealing with yourself internally. He obviously is dealing with stuff internally that he's externally taking out on you and everybody else around him. The fact that he has to track you while you're out, that's I know some people that do that. It's insane. I don't even know why people do that. I have no words for that. Just like I said, find your support, find your way out. The most important thing about this whole situation is, number one, your sanity. It's obviously at a breaking point, or it's getting there. Number two, think of the sanity for your children. Think of what you're showing them. Again, like I said before, think what you're teaching them. That's the most important thing. It would rather be more of a learning lesson for them that strong mom walked away from horrible dad than weak mom getting beat down constantly by dad, the monster. It would teach them more. I don't know if they're boys, if they're girls, what kind of children you have, but if you have one of each, it's even better, because you're then teaching your son what not to do, and you're teaching your daughter how not to be. And that's important. These are teaching factors that children need in this world today, especially because no one's teaching your damn kids anything. The only thing that's being taught to them is disrespect. This whole thing with racism and everything, it's disgusting. And that's something that is taught because babies, I don't care what our wonderful senators and governors have been saying, they are not racist at birth. This is something that is taught. This is something that is learned. And you're in a situation, I'm sorry to say this in a harsh manner, you're in a situation that is a teachable moment for both of your children. And you're the only person that can teach them. Because either way you look at it, they're being taught something, whether you choose to stay, whether you feel like you're forced to being held hostage there, or you leave. They're being taught something in that manner. So I would also put that into your thought process and your consideration, because this is their future. They're going to process this and utilize whatever happens next for their future. So this is something that needs to be addressed. You need to just make out a plan. If you have a job and you feel like you're unsafe, like, here, take notes. Okay, take a book, fresh piece of paper, jot some goals down, jot some ideas down, just write things down. If you don't feel safe keeping it at home, keep it at work. Hide it somewhere. I wouldn't say hide it at home, because apparently, according to this email, it doesn't look like you can. Keep it at work. Find somewhere to stash it, or keep it in your desk. I don't know what you do for work. Just find somewhere, write some stuff down. One goal at a time, something that's achievable for you. Find somebody find somebody you can trust that can work with you on this, and get out, because it's not going to get better. It's not healthy for you. It's definitely not healthy for the children. I'm a very big advocate for young children and their mental stasis and what they've gone through as small children, having gone through, a harsh childhood myself. I do the very best that I can for my children. I advise everybody else in the world too, because these are our future. If they go through what we went through, everybody, look at the state that we're currently in right now. It can only get worse. So yeah, just make some goals, find somebody you can trust to help you get out, and then get out. You know, it clearly sounds like it could get worse. It could be a safety issue at some point. You know, if he's punching holes in the wall, what's to stop him from punching you next time? You know, that's definitely not something that you want to worry about. And again, you have if you have children, they don't need to see that. The fact that you're fighting all the time, he doesn't respect anything that you think of, how you feel. You know, if there's no respect in any relationship, it's never going to get any better. And you see everybody around you sees it. You know, that means it's legit taking a toll on your mental state and your body, which stress can do. You know, and the fact that he tries a little bit and it never lasts, that is very big for me, because that is basically the sum of failure to everything. If you know he has this, he makes a habit of this, it's never going to get better, because it's one of those situations where he's doing just enough to keep you around. And it's not helpful. You know, it's never going to progress for the better. It's like getting into a relationship and just doing enough to get by. It's like getting into a job and just walking on that line to just keep it. That's horrible. You know, that how can that make anybody happy? Obviously you're not happy. So there's no happiness there. That just, you have to, it's over. Like, I'm sorry. You know, what else is in here that I can touch base on? You know, the embarrassment of your coworkers while you were out at happy hour and he tracked you. Is this the first time that it's happened? How many other times has it happened? How many other times will it happen? Do you want to subject yourself to this? You know, what happens if, you know, how many male coworkers were you at the time, or were you with at the time? You know, what if he comes up and you're sitting next to one of your male coworkers, and, you know, your husband comes up and, oh, who the hell is this guy? And now there creates a fight, and that's something that you want to deal with either. You know, like, it's just, perception is a very big problem in this world. You know, people perceive what they want to perceive. If they're looking for something bad, they're going to find it, because that's just, assumptions is real. It happens. You know, this is just, I'm at a loss of words just reading this, because it hits so close to home for me. Let's see, the stress of working, going to school, taking care of the kids, and maintaining the house has landed me in the that. Okay, yeah, that's another thing. You were in the hospital over this. If your health is in danger, it's like, what do they tell you, man? Like, if you have a habit that lands you in the hospital, drugs, alcohol, something, you have to stop. It's not healthy for you. It's only going to get worse. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. You know, you know, who's to say, okay, and you went to the hospital for stress related reasons. So you weren't physically afflicted. What's to stop the next time from happening? You know, he might hit you, he might be physical against you, or you might get to the point where, I don't know, you fall and hurt yourself somehow. You know, you could be so stressed out and black out while you're driving, creating an accident, and yada, 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 such and such. These are your children in the car. These are things that you have to think about. If you've already gone to the hospital over stress by yourself, it's not getting any better. You have to get out. I'm sorry. I cannot say this anymore. I understand it's not easy. I understand it's not, you know, it feels and seems like there is no way out and there's no light at that end of the tunnel. But like I said, the best thing for you to do is you have to create the plan. You have to find somebody to help you, because this is not happening alone. You cannot do this alone. And I'm sorry, as many movies and TV shows are out there where the strong, powerful woman, yada, 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 blah, 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 climbs out of the hole and whatever. Like, we're in a reality right now where the economy it's impossible. It's legit impossible. You would have to be making what? I want to say at least four to $5,000 a month alone to live comfortably, maybe depending on what area you're living in, to take care of yourself and 2 children alone. If you don't make that, obviously, like I said, you have to find some way to put money aside and find somebody to help you get out of the situation, because doing it alone, especially if you're going to school, you're going to school, you're working, and you're taking care of it's a lot. It's a lot on your plate. You have to find the help, reach out to your family. I don't know if you've even done that. You have to reach out. If you got siblings, your parents, somebody, there's got to be somebody that you can reach out to, somebody else that loves you a lot more than your husband apparently does, because this is not love at all. I don't read anything about love here. There's nothing that screams love, and I hope to God that this marriage hasn't been going on for like 10 years, because this is harsh. Like, not trying to poke fun or anything, but this is when the children are involved, this can't happen, and that's part of the reason why this country is the way that we are. Everybody likes to hide under or behind the shade of, what ifs, or what can be. And unfortunately, none of us can afford that right now. What can be and what ifs, they're so hypothetical. That's what they are. They're hypothetical. People don't change on their own. They change because they want to. And if you don't give him a reason to change and he doesn't see that, he's not going to change, which is why I said, get out, take your children with you. He needs to see how it is without you guys. If he's willing to change after that, do not go straight back, because he's a human being. He will go back to his roots. He's going to go back to his habits. You need to go to therapy and figure it out from there. If not, hey, divorce is not bad. Leaving your husband is not bad. Finding new things in your life is not bad. It is not a bad thing to start fresh with somebody else, somebody better, somebody not abusive. It is not a bad thing to move on. It is not a bad thing to be single. It is not a bad thing to live. You're not living. This is not life. You cannot be trapped in a hole forever. That's not how people are supposed to live. We're not cavemen anymore. We're not Neanderthals. We don't go around bashing our women in the head and then sticking them in the cave so they can cook whatever the hell dinosaur or boar that we found. That doesn't exist anymore. Women fought for equality in this country. I've been saying this for a long time. You are human. You are also important. Don't consider this like he's my husband. I need to listen. No. Get away from that ideal. If that's how you feel, I'm sorry you were raised horribly. I've mentioned this in many conversations with my children's mothers. If you can't do it by yourself, don't even try. Figure out how to do it. If you're expecting your man to take care of everything, then you've already lost the battle. You're giving somebody else the keys to your life. Figure it out for yourself. That's what I'm telling you. Take notes, make goals, get the help. And the only reason why I say now at this point that you need help is because it sounds like you're being held back by him. If you're by yourself and you can't figure it out, that's a different story. That's a whole nother topic for a later time. But right now, you need help to get out of this hole that you're in with him. And you're the only person that can fix it for you and your children. Again, if you live in the state of Florida, the courts are already on your side, unless you have some drug addiction issues, which I hope you don't. But you just need to you need to figure this out. So again, step one, find somebody that you can trust that is willing to help you get out of the situation. Step two, draw up a game plan that involves you leaving. Step three, leave. Step four is the optional one. Maintain your single life with your children, or should you want to work things out in your marriage with him, go to counseling. Step five, live your life. Do not live this way. This is not living. You need to enjoy life. You need to wake up not stressed. You need to wake up, not look over and be like, what do I say to not piss them off today? It's not how you live. Be happy for your sake and your children's sake. 5 steps on happiness in life and marriage. I'm going to co-write that and copyright that shit. Yes. Nurse Jason, do you have anything to add?
Hi, Nurse Jason here. Everything that Dr. Manny said is on point. Everything that Dr. Manny says is truth. Everything Dr. Manny says is reasonable. But if I have anything to say to Trapped, it's grow up. You're an adult. And more importantly, you are a parent. The question is, what is in the best interest of your children? Clearly, the environment that you're in is not in the best interest of your children. Doesn't matter what he does, what he says, how you feel, your religion, why you're staying. It's all irrelevant. Ask yourself a question in the mirror. Is this environment the best interest for my children? The answer is no. And because the answer is no, you should go. And I didn't mean to rhyme, but that's just honest truth. Everything Dr. Manny said is absolutely, absolutely truth. But if none of that hits home to you, ask yourself, with everything that's going on, is this in the best interest of your children? How this will affect them in the future? It's all negative. It's time to go. There's ways around it. There's help centers, there's women help centers. Get yourself some credit, get yourself an account. That's it. Unless you're handcuffed to him every day, you can make moves to move. I've been Nurse Jason.
Thank you, Nurse Jason. And with that, we're going to wrap this up. Trapped, I hope, some of this hit home for you. I hope some of this made sense. And I really hope that you find a way to make your life better for you and your children. I'm going to tell you right now, staying is not it. This is something that you have to do. This is something that you have to change right now. Should you choose not to, I'm sorry. You don't want to, if you don't want to hinder anybody's advice on this situation, I'm sorry. All we can do is offer advice based on experiences, because I don't like to say that I offer advice. If you offer advice, you want to tell people how you dealt with it or how you don't want to deal with it. I'm offering information. Look for, as Nurse Jason said, look for women's help centers. Look for somebody to help you. This is not a situation that's going to work. I'm offering you information because I've dealt with similar situations. I've seen other people deal with similar situations, and it's not something easy to deal with. So, don't listen to me. You don't have to. I'm just, like I said, I'm offering information and I'm making suggestions. I will never tell you how to live your life and what you should do. But based on what you've written, it doesn't look like it's going to get any better for you. And if you are unwilling to adapt or change any of that for your sake, or definitely your children's sake, then I feel sorry for you and your children. And again, this is not a slight in any shape or form, but we need to understand that once there's children involved, any decision that we make is wholly on them. And having said that, this is Dr. Manny and Nurse Jason, and for episode 2 of Dear Dr. Manny. Thank you, and we hope to hear from you guys soon.